first game, so he's going to be learning. And I'm going to this game is a co-op game. You talk in the beginning, and you have hidden dice, and you can't communicate which dice to play. So you're playing dice and hoping your partner can go over it. So we're about to let's go into game. I'm gonna set this up. We're doing the very beginner game. It's really super simple. Should be good. I'll go over the rules here in a second. All right. So as we look at this board here, there is the blue side is the pilot side, and I will take the pilot. I'm gonna make Tom the co-pilot. He's on the right side. So this is a radio communication. The dice you place on here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
And
whatever.
remember, I can't see your screen.
Gotcha. So
Plus, I have the stream up at the same time.
the underneath there's a. Do you see the reroll symbol? It's kind of obvious. It's a reroll symbol. Top left of the board. Let's go there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a reroll. So you can reroll. Anybody can call it in the middle. I can call it at the beginning of your turn. I can call it, beginning of my turn. Doesn't matter. Anybody can call it, and you get to select any amount of dice you want to reroll. Right below that, we're gonna go straight down. That is a radio command. Whatever number you put there, it gets rid of the planes that are on the track. So first one in the white circle right next to the reroll is 1. Above that's 2, 3, and so on. Got that? As I try to
No.
explain this.
Where's the track?
The two towers going up.
Yeah. That's the actual track.
Okay, yep. That's the distance, and then the one to the right is the altitude. We start at 6,000 altitude, then we go to 5,000. Each turn we go down 1, so we're slowly going down. All right. So the radio commands, I have 1, you have 2. Those get rid of the planes. So a number 1 gets rid of the one that's on the track currently. All right. Moving down on my side, you can go on.
You're saying remove the train or the
plane. Plane, yes.
But there's clouds in the first one.
So it's right? Clear. It's clear. Yep. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all have planes. One dice removes 1 plane.
And you don't want planes?
No, because you'll hit them. They're in your way.
Oh, those are other planes.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay. Moving down, we have landing gear. My landing gear, the blue ones, I can on the 1 and 2, I can place a 1 or a 2 there. Going down is the 3 and 4, 5, 6. I can place those in any order. Now, every time I place 1 dice there, this track that has 0 through 12 and a half circle, the blue marker goes up 1 space. I'll tell you the importance of that in a second. We'll backtrack to that. I also have breaks I have to deal with. These have to be in order, as you can indicate by this little white arrow pointing to the right. So I have to place the 2 first, then the 4, and then the 6. And that triggers my breaks. Moving on to your side, Tom, you have your 2 radio commands, and then you have flaps. Now you have flaps with 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 6. Those have to be done in order, as you can tell by the white arrows. So you have to do the 1, 2 first, the 2, 3. Every time you place one of those, the orange token between the 8 and the 9 on that half circle will go up 1. So let's talk about that. From 0 to 4 right now, we don't move at all. 5 to 8, we move 1 space up on the track, and then 9 to 12, we move 2 spaces. So if I place a 1 and 2 on my blue die, that's going to bring that token to between the 4 and 5 and put it between the 5 and the 6. That means that we have to hit a higher number to go forward. So we'll talk about hitting the higher numbers combined. which is the engines, which is right below. You're going to see a blue engine and an orange engine. See them?
Yep.
Those are two dice combined. So if I place a 4 there and you place a 4, we are at 8, and we would go one space forward on the altitude track. So we would go from 6 to 5,000. Now, say we don't want to move, we would go. I'm sorry, we go on the distance track. The altitude track always moves. That's a turn marker. So say the first round we want to move fast and go up to the where the single plane is at. We can put like a 12 there, and we would move twice, going closer to the airport. Making sense there?
Wait, so what moves twice?
So if we place a six, you place a 6, and I place a 6, right? That would give us 12 on that half circle. We would
Yeah.
be at 12. We would go up 2 spaces because anything after the orange goes up 2. In between the blue and the orange is 1. Before the blue is 0.
When you say 2 spaces, where are we referring to?
The left tower is what I'm going to call it.
Your tower.
It's the left tower. It's for both of us, but yes, my tower.
Okay.
That is the distance from where we're at now to the airport. So if we
So
move,
we have to clear all of those airplanes.
correct.
Okay. So like the radio, that's only on the current part of the tower that we're on.
The tower
Like,
to the left, not that space. So like if I put a 6 down, let's say I put a 3 on mine right now, I removed the third plane up. So there's the first one is number 1, second space up is 2, and then where the first plane is at that's a 3.
okay.
Then
So
4.
I need a 3 to remove that one, a 4 to remove one of the other two.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Okay. Here's where strategy comes into play. Now, as soon as the second dice is played on the engines, we automatically move mid-turn. So you could place say you have a 1, you can move the engines 2 spaces, then place your 1 on the radio because we would go up to where that plane is at, and then you can remove it.
All right.
Okay. Um, then there's the axis. So where the plane's axis is, if I place a 6 and you place a 6, we stay right where we're at. If I place a 6 and you place a 5, the axis will turn 1 closer to the higher number, which would be mine, and, um, and then we would be at an angle a little bit. If we get to the X's, we crash.
Okay.
Okay. To win the game, oh, the last part too. If you don't know where to place your dice and you have no place you want to put it, you can put it down. There's 3 coffee mug spots, and this lets you manipulate a die by negative or +1. A 1 does not go to a 6, and a 6 does not go to a 1.
Okay.
Bottom row. To win the game, you'll see these final turn victory conditions. There are no planes tokens on the approach track, which are the left tower. All of the flaps and landing gear switches show a green light, which is your 4 and my 3. Um, the plane's axis is completely horizontal, which is where it's at now. The speed is less than the brakes when you place your engine die. So on the final turn, if I have so I only place the 2 and the 4, it would go between the 4 and the 5, this red token, and then our engine would have to be under 4. So a 2 and a 2, we would brake successfully. If we brake over that, then we crash. Um, Key notes: you can get to the airport as fast as possible. Like say we clear this out, we can fly up to the airport. We can get there, and then we just have to stay floating around there, so we just cannot move because otherwise we're going to overshoot the airport. We can land there at the same time, or say we're short when we get down there. We can talk between each turn, but that's basically the gist of it. Think you got it for somewhat? You're going to get 4 dice.
Yeah.
They're going to be hidden. We have our strategy that we have to talk through, and then we're going to be ready to go. So, um, the strategy that I've been using is moving to and near the end, hitting the flaps at the later on. We can do whatever you want, but anyway, the point is try to stay even as
So we're
possible.
trying to move.
I would try to
We're
move
trying to
two.
have the engines higher.
Yes, you want higher engines right now, either one or a two, and you want to try to clear out these plane tracks. We'll get there. You're gonna see. First round's gonna be simple. If we die, we die. All right, I'm ready.
I'm as ready as I can be.
All right, so we have our numbers. Tom has his numbers. I cannot see them, and I have mine. Oh, on the altitude track, you'll see a blue arrow on the 6,000 pointing towards
Yep.
me. That means it's my turn first. Next turn on the 5,000 is an orange arrow pointing towards Tom. That means next turn he goes first. So that's the indicator who goes first. All right. So I'm going to give Tom a kind of signal, kind of like where I'm at on dice. This is how I communicate because I cannot communicate with him directly. So he can play with that.
Oh, so I get to see what you place right after you place it.
Yes. So if you place a 4, obviously we stay perfect. Great.
That's a 5, not a 4, buddy.
I was saying if you placed a 4, I was going to keep going with my exclamation button. You
Oh.
played it perfectly. So right now we have a 6, and we are going to move him automatically because we're in between the blue and the orange. We're going to move one spot automatically. If he places anything of a, we're going to move 2. So now we have 2 spots, and I'm going to place this one there, which removes that one plane in the one spot. So I remove that other one. So I have left is a 5. I'm going to put it on one of my brakes, which is going to move this blue thing up between the 5 and the 6. So it's a little bit harder to go one space. All right. So now this is the time we get to talk about our strategy and what we want to do. As you can already see, that is one round.
Now, what gets reset from round to round?
We get our 4 dice back.
Okay,
That's it.
I got you.
We have one reroll token, and then we get another one when we hit 2,000 feet. So obviously we can move 2 again if you want, but we need to get rid of that one plane first before we move 2. If we move 2 while that plane's there, we will hit that plane and die. So we have to remove that first before we go any further.
Okay.
Right, our dice are being rolled, and now it is Tom's turn. Oh, key things on this I have not talked about yet. You're going to see on the axis and the engine, you're going to see a little, exclamation point in a triangle. It means
Yeah, like blinking.
you have to place a dice in your 2 spots, and I have to place a dice in my 2 spots. So 2 dice have to be placed there, and the other 2 are kind of free use. That is a
Okay.
very important rule. All right. So Tom took rid of that second plane. We are good to move 2 spaces if we would like to, which Tom would like to. Um, Now, as I look towards foot here, I can get rid of this. I had an extra 2, so I got rid of another plane.
we can't talk about what we have.
Correct. So this is a spot where you just kind of hope and pray someone's got what you got.
Oh, let's hope and pray.
All right. So Tom placed a 1 right there, and he's hoping and praying, and he must have prayed really well because I was able to match
Oh shit.
it. All right. Now, what I have left is a 6, and I cannot use it on my 1 and 2. I can't use it on my 3 and 4. I can't even use it down here. It's no use to me, so I'm going to click down here and give us a coffee, which this will kind of help us out a little bit, just in case if we run into any issues where we need to manipulate any dice. And the coffee can go for either one of us.
And the coffee can what?
Go to either one of us. All right. Anyway, so as we move, we only really have to go one more spaces. So Tom, would work on my flaps and try to get those built.
Okay.
Um,
But I have to do axis and engine every time.
yes, correct.
Okay.
So
Now, what happens if the left tower hits 7 first?
hit 7. You mean if we get to the end first? We're
Yeah.
just flying above the airport, basically circling around, waiting for our landing time.
So if we get there, if we finish that track first, there's no penalty.
Right. We just don't want to move, so we want to be under the blue flaps, which is right now B5. So our engine would have to be under 5. If we go above, we technically would pass the airport and then crash.
Okay.
So moving the orange flaps up will make it be harder to move to, at least. All right, same thing. Gonna hope and pray this works.
How do we discuss coffee cups, re-rolls, that stuff?
You just do it.
We don't discuss it.
No, can't. I'm gonna re-roll this one because I do not need that number. Not the best, but it's something. So obviously Tom is probably worried about my axis because I threw a 6 out there. So just so, well, if he was a 5, I would move over 1 to mine. If he placed a 4, it would go 2 to mine. A 3 and 4, 3, 2, 1 would make us crash. I'm going to go here. Just fine. I'm able to get rid of one of these planes for us. All right. Oh, Tom's got one more dice to place. All right. So I need a 1 or a 2 to finish off one of my last landing breaks, and I also need to start working on my breaks, which I need a 2, 4, and a 6, and I have to get those in order. Tom needs a 4 and 5 for a flap, and a 5 and 6 in a flap. He should be trying to work on getting those closed. And we need a 1 and a 2 to get rid of the last 2 planes. And keep the axis in the middle. So as I'm looking for low numbers, Tom's looking for high numbers.
Say that. What was that last part again?
I said as I'm looking for low numbers, you're looking for high numbers.
Well, you need every number.
Pretty much.
Well, you need low numbers to start, I guess, because of the
Yeah.
breaks. I go first. All right.
So I'm going to get rid of that one plane. So I think technically we need right now is a number 1. Planes are taken care of. I'm going to throw this number in there to make sure that Tom can make us at least move us and hopefully not overshoot it.
What do you mean overshoot it?
If you go to 11 or 12, we would overshoot the track. You need to have a 4 and below. Or you hit a flat first to go to 11.
Why? What is it? Oh yeah. My turn. What I love about BGA is I went to go click on flaps, and we'll let you because it knows.
Yeah, this one does really good. Like, hey, you're going to crash the plane. What's also really good on this one too is there's little question marks on above everything. So if you click it, it would actually tell you the
Yeah.
engines and everything about it.
Yeah, I saw that.
It gets a little annoying a little bit when you misclick, and you're like, why is this screen popping up? All right, so we need to be under 6 on our engines. I still need a 1 or 2 for my 1 landing brake. I need a 2, 4, 6 for my brakes. I don't have to get to 6 my brakes. It's just going to make it easier for landing. And then you need a 5 or 6 on your last flap.
That's
And,
literally all I need is a 5 or 6.
yeah, 5 or 6 on the flap, and you have to have 2 in your, well, 2 for your engine and your axis, and we have to stay here, so we have to be under 6. And we have an extra reroll right now.
Okay. So under 6 on engines, and the biggest thing is we have 2 more turns for the axis.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Yep. Um,
based on that, go this.
So Tom read that I don't have low numbers, which helps me out. So since I'm a higher number one, I tilted the plane just a little bit. I'm going to take this safe route right here.
We don't need to move at all.
We don't want to move at all. So we want to be under 7. All right. I still need a 2, 4, then a 6.
Shit.
You need to have the higher number on the axis by 1, and we still need to be under a 7 on the engine.
So how are we going to make 2, 4, and 6 if you only have 4 dice?
I don't have to get all of them. It's just whatever we get to, we have to be under that number. So if I only get the 2 and the 4, then our engine has to be under 4 on the final turn. This isn't the final turn.
Got it. All right. Ready?
Yep. I've been jumping out of turn because I don't like my numbers.
I don't get it. Yeah.
Should have re-rolled that other one, but I didn't.
We can still move the axis on the next turn too.
Yes.
Okay. I'm still gonna do this. There's 2 coffee cups.
So 6 and 1 was perfect. Let me get a high number out and be under 8. Now Tom really doesn't have any place to put his extra dice, so he can just put it in a radio command because he has nowhere else to go. None of the coffee cups are being used, so he basically just
You can
has
still
to...
put it down there. It just tells you you get nothing for it.
Okay, yeah. All right. So here we go. This is the final round. I need to have a 6. We need to be under... There are 2 engine dice have to be under 7, just like they were. And we need to keep the engine level, and we have 3 coffee cups to spare.
So you need a 6. So let's go.
Oh, I'm sorry. The engines have to be under... If I get a 6, then we need to have it under 6.
7. Oh 6?
Yeah, it's gonna be under
All right.
6.
So then, no matter what,
Low numbers in the
low
engine.
on it, low on engine.
Yep.
Mid on axis.
Well, access can be whatever, as long as we have the same number.
No, I know, but
Gotcha.
mid
Yep.
is better because
Right.
we can fluctuate more. If you put
Okay.
a 1 and I've got 5 and 3 6s, we're screwed.
Perfect. Let's do it.
So low on engine, mid on axis. Oh, you're first.
He wants mid. I gave you mid.
So mid. So sus.
If you look over our final victory conditions, we have everything. Only thing we have to do is have the speed less than brakes. So unless I place a 6 there, we automatically won, and I don't have to place my extra dice. I can come here and place a 2. We are underneath, and we land the plane.
Nice.
And then it will come up to, you give us a score. So Tom and I have landed the plane once together, and it will tell us how many times if we crashed it or whatnot. And then the
So it's
order.
land/crash.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So like mine, I have a 3, then a 1, a 2, then going down to 0, then 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. Scrolling down, I've only played the first medium one, I've only crashed the plane, and then on the second medium one, I've only landed the plane. So keep your team win rate. And that
So,
is Sky Team.
so Hatchet Games donated to the fundraiser, but they did not donate this, and I was really bummed out.
Yeah, this one's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I like it.
It's one that I did not think I was gonna like to. I wasn't so excited about it, but I end up enjoying it a lot. And I'm sorry I didn't even see the chat. Sorry, so
Chat?
yeah, we have a chat. First time chat, the
Oh,
Croaty. Yeah, you love this game. It's fun. This was Tom's first play,
that
and
was
he
about
did.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
20 minutes ago, we missed that.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Thanks for the luck. We end up landing it. Um, so as you move on, there's gas, there's fuel you have to pay attention to. There's workers that you have to train. So you have to put a dice down to where the worker is, and a worker has a number, and then you place that. So it gets more and more difficult as you go through, and it slowly adds more and more to the game, which is what I like a lot.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, it's late, and we're gonna get off here. Until next time, check us out. We'll have some more games for us. And if there's any game that you want us to play, let us know, and we'll play it.
I can kick Doug's ass in viticulture anytime you guys want.
If you play.
It's your turn.
Yeah, you have what, negative 20 some hours?
I forgot about it.
All right.
Sorry. ADD.
All right.
No
See you
big deal.
guys. Bye.